Hi guys, this is Bar. How are you? Hope you are all well. Today I want to show you what many of you have been waiting for a long time. And this is how I'm managing several eBay accounts at the same time. The first thing I want to talk about is that MC011 message that sometimes, unfortunately, eBay sent you, and practically they tell you that they are going to close your account or you are suspended for 30 days, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can you can nag them, and you can beg for your life and send them emails and ask them to give you another chance. Sometimes it's working, especially if you are a long time seller on eBay. Myself, I got some of my accounts reinstated before those 30 days over. But sometimes you just it's better for you to have another account. eBay, their customer support can be very very inefficient and very slow. And as eBay sellers and online seller, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You have to have alternatives. So this is the first thing I wanted to show you, that accounts can be limited, accounts can be suspended, accounts can be permanently closed. It does happen. It happens every day. I have a lot of guys and messaging me on Facebook and telling me my account got suspended. What should I do? This is my business. This is how I pay my bills, etc., etc., etc. And best solution is to have alternatives. And I don't want to talk today about anything that if you are doing something deliberately wrong, if you are I don't know, sell items but don't ship them or anything crucial, there's nothing you can do about it. They will close you down, and and it's pretty justified. I'm talking about the things that as a sellers we can do our best, but we can't control anything. In this message over here, they telling me that I'm selling counterfeit items or replica items, which I didn't. As you all know, we are using very reputable suppliers: Walmart, Amazon, Target, and so on. And sometimes, you can accumulate certain amount of veros or trademark violations or any shenanigans that eBay might have. The other day I got some new message about auto parts that I used to sell for the last 5 years, tons of auto parts, and just about few days ago on one of my accounts they just told me that I'm violating their policy. It's a new thing. Again, I had tons of listings about all about car supplies and auto parts, and I couldn't do much about it because I didn't have those prior notices that sometimes they send you to revise your item to avoid any violation. But sometimes there isn't much you can do about it, and there isn't much you can do to protect yourself from it. And this is what I'm going to explain today. Okay, let's move on. Why we should have multiple accounts on eBay? I already mentioned it. You want to have, first of all, you want to have more sales. Obviously, if you are selling on one account $500 per 24 hours, then if you have two accounts, you can probably do at least 1,000. So this is the first advantage. More accounts equals more sales, no doubt about it. The second thing is minimizing the risks. As business owners, you want to protect yourself, you want to be ready in case your account will be limited or something, God forbid, will happen to it. You want to know that you can go on and sell as usual. Even if one account of yours is down, you can still use your other account and have sales. Especially on this time of the year before Q4, eBay are getting much more sensitive, and I get tons of violation every day for stupid stuff, for trademark issues, copyright violations, all kind of miscategorized items. We most of us are using auto listers, and sometimes the auto lister puts a certain item on a certain category, and eBay doesn't like it, and they want it to be in another category, and this leads to a listing takedown. If you have too many of those too, they will restrict you for 30 days. You won't be able to reprice your items, which means for a dropshipper that you have to close your business for 30 days. So again, to avoid this, we will minimize our risks as a business owners if we will have more than one account to sell in. The third advantage is you can, with two accounts, you can just focus on a certain category. You can decide that one store of yours will be especially for home and garden items, and another one will be collectibles and books, just for the example. But it does give you a certain differentiation. If you are focusing more on a certain category, you become buyers appreciate it more. It gives your store a more professional look and feel. So this is the third advantage. The fourth advantage is domination on eBay results per item, meaning if you have two accounts and on both you are selling same item, you will have more exposure than sellers that only have one account. And if you have 5 or 6 or 7 accounts, the odds that a buyer will eventually buy an item from you, if you have 5 stores, 5 seller IDs that selling the same item, is bigger than a guy that have just one account. Again, I will talk about it later, because if your eBay accounts are linked, then you shouldn't do it, and eBay won't allow it, and they will consider it as a duplicate listing, and obviously they will take it down. So this advantage is especially for sellers with unlinked accounts. The fifth advantage is experimenting with different strategies. When you have two accounts, the guessing game is a little bit easier. You don't have to guess so much. You can just set, for example, if you want to see if, I know the summertime was really slow for a lot of you, so if you have two accounts, you can check if the slow sales are due to high margins, or if it's because of a listing strategy. So you can always compare. You have two accounts. If you see one account is selling better than the other, you know that something is you are doing something better on one account than the other, and then you can do the same thing on the other account that doesn't sell so well. So those are the advantages of having more than one account. There are basically two ways. You'll be asking yourself how can I have more than one account? We all know that eBay restrict that, and etc. So there are two ways. One way is to grow your own account. Sorry for that. It doesn't cost anything. Everybody can just open a new account on eBay, and just as you first did with your first account, you can start and grow it. List items with the I think it's 10 listings at the beginning they give you, or $500, and then you have to call each month and ask them for a selling limit raise. But this approach doesn't cost anything, and we can all do that. The other way, which is more risky way, because eBay doesn't allow it, doesn't support it, it's risky. But it's buying an account. You can. People are leaving this business and coming into this business every day. People that used to have accounts, they used to sell in. I guess they just need the money, and they are looking for someone to pay them. It differs between the account age and the feedbacks, of course, and the selling limits, but it costs money. And then you can buy it from whoever is selling his account or her account. Let's discuss about growing your own account versus buying an account. If you're growing the account, like I said, it doesn't cost anything. You can do it on your own on any given time, and just sign up with eBay. I don't remember the process, but it's very easy. And you will need obviously a new email or something, and then you can go. You can start a new account and from your own computer, and it won't cost you a dime. When you are growing the account, obviously you will the history of the account. If you had zeros, you didn't have zeros, you have a policy violation, and so on. Of course, when you are opening a new selling account, it will be limited. You will have those selling allowance that eBay gives to new sellers. And you'll be able at first to list, like I said, 10 items. I think it's at the first time, and then they raise it up to a certain period. They double it if you're doing everything okay. They double the selling limits from month to month. Sometimes they give you like a surprise raise, and they give you all of the sudden some more selling allowance. But it's limited. You all remember probably the hard work you used to do in order to get your limits higher and higher, and how you used to work. So I guess if you're doing it on a new account, it won't be as difficult as it used to be on your first account, because you're already familiar with all the obstacles in the way. And yes, it takes time, and sometimes you have to lose a little bit, because you won't be able at first to get an advantage if you are selling for high margins. So I recommend starting with really low margins, or even with zero margin, and just to get sales, because this what will give you the feedbacks you will need to grow, and what will make the selling limits higher from month to month. So you will have to put some money. I won't say you will be losing money, but in some cases you will have to work hard for practically almost nothing, unless you are using some cashback site or something like that. And the biggest advantage, that it's safe. There isn't so much risk into it. Actually, eBay does allow a seller have to have more than one account, because it's actually a gray area, but they allow it. You can have a seller account and a buyer account, or you can have two sellers account to focus on each account on different niches. So it's okay. It's not, you're not doing anything wrong. Some guys are buying an account. They want to make the shortcuts on the hard work of and the long time of growing an account from zero to some serious selling limits. So like I said, I want to focus on that for a second. eBay don't allow it. eBay only allow buying and selling an account only if it's a part of a bigger transaction. If you're actually going and buying some kind of business, and one of the marketing and sales channels that this business use is eBay, then they allow it. But just to buy an account, it's not allowed. It's against their policy, but some people are doing it. It will cost you money. Those accounts usually aren't cheap, and because all of us worked so hard to get our accounts into a good shape, and the high feedback score and the high selling limits, we are all think that we deserve like $1 million for our accounts. So you can imagine that everybody think their account is like a huge this what will buy them their next home or something. So a lot of people are just asking ridiculous prices. I heard some of the prices, and it's really high, but sometimes you can find someone who is reasonable, and understanding that the people are selling and buying accounts all the time, and you'll be able, if you will search hard enough on Facebook and forums, you'll see that some people are asking reasonable prices for good accounts. As I said, it's risky. If eBay, from some reason, will know about it, they will close that account immediately. And also, there are a lot of scammers out there. I myself been scammed by a guy from United Kingdom who used to sell accounts. I paid him about 2,000 British pounds, which is about today, it's I would say about $2,500. And I asked the money up front. I paid him with the wire transfer, and after a few weeks I understood that I won't get the account. after a long while of chasing him with lawyers and the international police, the Interpol, he refunded me. It was a year, and it's not something pleasant to be in. As eBay sellers, you don't have the time to chase after some scammer. And $2,500, it's not some ridiculous account. It's money. After that being said, it's risky. Take it into consideration and understand that you are doing something with high risk. If you're deciding to do it on your own judgment. And myself, I can't recommend it or something like that. The benefit of it that you will get high selling limits. A lot of those accounts that are being that you can buy, especially from the UK's, are unlimited. Up to 2009, if I'm correct. I think it's up to 2009. Everybody who started selling based on UK, United Kingdom, once he got his account from a buyer's account into a seller's account, it was automatically unlimited. Those accounts are becoming more and more rare because eBay is really about give all whatever account, even their higher seller and the longest time seller, they want to have some kind of limitation on the account. But there are those dinosaurs accounts that are unlimited, and you can on the book I had a photo of one of my accounts, which you don't see that limit box that you get on your seller dashboard. It's just unlimited. You can list as much as you can, and it's really convenient when you want to make a lot of money in this business. To have an unlimited allowance. I think all of you can understand why. After that being said, let's go on. Linked accounts versus unlinked. Linked account are they're basically the same account with different usernames. They usually will have the same PayPal, the same owner name, the same address, the same payment info like credit card or PayPal, and it's basically the same account. It doesn't have to be all of those. If you will put the same PayPal on two different accounts, you will most likely at one point or another will get, I think it's MC022 message from eBay saying your account got linked. So even if you are using different names, different addresses and payment infos, and you use the same PayPal, they will get linked. Also payment, if you are using the same credit card, some accounts, some users are paying their eBay monthly bill with credit card. It's more convenient for them. So if you will use the same credit card in two different accounts, they will most likely will get linked. Linked accounts are basically the same account with two different usernames. If eBay will they can limit one account and let you keep working on the second one, but if they will decide they are closing you down, they will close both of the accounts because they are linked. Unlinked accounts are different. They are like totally different accounts, different username, different PayPal, different owner name, different address, different payment info, and also different IP. your IP address, the address of your computer. You all know those. It's goes like 000 something .00. It's like a combination of numbers which symbolize your address, your computer address. So if you are using unlinked account, it's better to do it from different IPs. Why unlinked accounts? First, minimizing the risks. When you have two different accounts, you are totally on eBay's eyes. You are totally different users. You are if you get closed down on one account and the other one is going pretty well, you don't have a lot of errors on it, and it's totally okay, then they won't close you. You have two different accounts, and you can, in case one of the accounts gets suspended or something like that, you can, we already talked about it, you can go on. As I mentioned earlier, it happening. It happens all the time. You know that on July 4th this year, many Israeli users got their accounts closed down for nothing, for practically nothing. They didn't do anything wrong. Most of them were top-rated sellers, people who left their day jobs and started being really serious on their eBay business. And I guess it was related to the time the accounts were opened in, because I think it was accounts that were opened on the last 2 years or something. This is what I understood from all those incidents, and they just closed them down. The reason was the official reason they got from eBay customer service is that they grew too fast. The people were using the dropshipping method. They had a lot of sales, and at some point eBay just decided they don't like it. eBay is a huge corporation. It has its own fears and risk management, and they just decided that at this point they will close down about 200, 300 accounts for nothing. So when you have more than one account, you can at least be relaxed that you will be able to go on and walk. You invest so much time and effort in this business that it's really heartbreaking to see people who really don't have any other choice, because they really believed they will do it forever and will just grow. But as experienced eBay seller, I can tell you, and who read my book, also read how many times eBay just put their leg on the brake paddle and just told me, that's it, you can't sell for a month now. And usually it's always around the Christmas time, the strongest time of the year. People are leaving their all other businesses and other tasks and just focus on their eBay business for the holiday season, because if you sold last year on Christmas, you know what I'm talking about. You can make crazy money. And like I said, it more sales. It gives you more sales if you know how to get $300, $400, or $5,000 from one account. Then probably you will get more money if you will have more accounts. It's related to how eBay prioritize the listing exposure. If you have two different users, then probably you will get more fair or better exposure than if you have just one account. This is just the way the Kazini, the eBay search engine, is working. You can just imagine if you have like a really good brick and mortar store on one of those busiest streets in your city, and you are able to make I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 in sales per day. Imagine if you will have another store on some other busy street on that city, or if you will open up the street another branch, you will probably will have more sales. This is how chain stores works. They just multiply their success. Same thing here in on eBay and in e-commerce in general. How to create unlinked accounts? First of all, I want to mention that again, I'm not recommending on doing anything against eBay rules. You won't be able to grow an actual business and have and enjoy the success if you will go and do something which isn't legitimate or against eBay or PayPal policy. You will be get closed down. Not to mention if you are doing anything wrong, if you are I don't know, selling really counterfeit items, if you are selling but not shipping. This is not the case. This is not what this webinar is all about. I'm talking only on legitimate ways to grow your business. When that being said, let's talk about the ways to do it. First of all, you can find one of the methods. You can find a real person who should agree. Again, he should agree. Otherwise, you are making a felony. You can't do it without an agreement with some other person. It can be your spouse, which is the most natural way to do it. It's okay it's okay for your wife or your husband or a significant other to have his own or her account, and it's okay for you to activate it for them. It's not unusual. I use virtual assistants to run my eBay accounts. So if you are using a real person's details, which there isn't any limitation if he's not underage, under 18 or something, it's okay for him to have an eBay selling account, and it's okay for you to take care of that account. You are not doing anything wrong. Another way, which I don't recommend, but it can work. I know people are using their own real details, but a bit distorted. They are spelling their name different. If your name is Mark, instead of using M-A-R-K, they are using M-A-R-C. And if you are if you are living on let's say Penguin Street, use W instead of U-I-N, use W-I-N. Penguin Avenue. You can distort it a little bit. You can spell it differently. again, it's a tricky way. It can work. The problem can be when eBay or PayPal will ask you to verify your ID. Again, at some point you will there's a 50-50 chance that eBay or PayPal will ask you to verify your ID, to supply some ID or bills that you get, and they will, especially if you are doing some significant volumes, they will want to see you are actual human being, and you are not some kind of scammer or something like that. So keep in mind that you will have to, if you want to grow your business and you want to have a peace of mind, always think that at some point you will be able to prove the details that are on the account. Another thing that you need to do is use different computer. I know it can be costly to buy another computer. So there is another way which I will talk about a bit later, which is using another Windows user. To avoid flash cookies. A lot of websites are implementing a cookie. I believe most of you know what a cookie is. It's a piece of code that allow the website that you are visiting in to track you. This is how affiliate marketing works, and a lot of almost every website that you are visiting while you are online, put this piece of code that called cookie in your computer. I believe that a lot of you know how to delete cookies, but there is a certain type of cookie that called flash cookie. Flash cookie is usually it usually comes from videos, from audio data, and those can be erased. The only way to get rid of them or not have them on your computer is just use another computer. Or another Windows user, which I will explain later more about it. You will, of course, need new email, a new PayPal account. Again, PayPal account will have to have another. And a steady and different IP. IP, we talked about it before. It's the address which your computer has. It's the digital address, which usually can be seen as a combination of like a sequence of number and dots between them. Windows users, I don't know if if you knew that, but your Windows can contain more than one user account. Here you can see one of my computers. It accommodates 6 different accounts. Each of those user names on Windows is actually acting like a different computer. All concerns with the flash cookies and other methods to track you down, to track your address, to track your information. So each one of these is basically like having another computer. But only if you are not downloading softwares that will appear on all of those together, and then you did nothing. So it's better when you are using different Windows usernames, just to keep in mind that you will have to treat those like different computers, and better not downloading anything, especially from some source you don't know. If you're doing a lot of downloads, it's better to use another computer at all and not mix it with your eBay business computers. How to do it, how to open new Windows users. It actually depends on the version of the Windows you are using. I believe that if you know your Windows version and you Google like Windows 7 open new user, or Windows 10 open new user on Google, you will get the instruction. It's pretty easy. It's not it's something that takes like less than 5 minutes. With my Windows 7 computer, I think yes, I think it's Windows 7. You are going to Start menu, click Control Panel, and you will see it add another user. It will you can have it set not to include some files from one user into another. You need to play with it a little with all the settings. Email. You will need obviously a new email. When you are using on one user, Windows user, you obviously will have your new eBay account, the email, the PayPal, and all other websites which are related to that specific eBay account that you are running. Do not be tempted to open while you are on a specific user on specific eBay. Don't be tempted to open another eBay's email or PayPal. You need to have it really written somewhere against your face. Do not attempt to open the other eBay email account or the other eBay account PayPal. Just act like it's totally different personas of yours, because those flash cookies I mentioned before and some other tracking technologies can track you down and relate the other eBay account with the original eBay account of yours by opening the first eBay account email while you are logged into the other account. Basically, you just don't want it. Keep in mind to have all those set of websites and services, online services that you are using solely. Sorry for that. Not connected and not don't touch them. When you are going to this your browser, to privacy settings, try to set all privacy settings that you can, like unfollow my activity, like don't open photos automatically, pictures, like photos or pictures or logos. When you get an email from eBay, there's like the logo of eBay. So there's settings that you can define not to automatically open them. It will just won't show them to you, because again, those logos, those audio files, those video files can contain those flash cookies that we talked about before. So try to set as the privacy settings on your browser. If you're using Chrome, it's pretty easy. I think it's you are going to settings and then advanced settings, and you will be able to define what to do when the browser see photos, videos, etc., etc. And then if you set them not to open automatically photos and the audio video files, it will just ask you before it will show it to you. One thing to remember is that if you're using too many privacy settings, then like limiting third-party cookies, Many websites, and eBay is one of them, will at one point or another will just won't allow you to log in your account until you will enable the third-party cookies function. A lot of websites today ask you to allow them to plant cookies in your browser, and so it's like a game. The more you'll be private, the more you'll be you will use all those privacy settings. At some point, eBay won't like it, and it can result with some issues with eBay and PayPal. So it's better to be really mild with it, not to go all the way and just set everything to be as private as I don't know what, but at least set your browser not to open video and audio files, and I think this is the least you can do, and then you can play with it a little and see what works best for you. Again, remember, keeping each set of each Windows account, which represents another eBay account, remember to keep it really and totally separate from one another. Don't use the other while you log into one eBay account. Don't log in the other eBay account that you have. Email, PayPal, even Google Docs. Just keep it separate, and you'll be safe. You'll be okay. Remember something. eBay and PayPal doesn't really care as long as you are legit, and as long you are good sellers, and as long as you are doing everything right. Nobody is really after you. So don't be paranoid or something. Nobody will deliberately chase you to take you down. Again, as long as you are doing everything okay. But it's the old saying, better be safe than sorry, applies also here. New PayPal. You know the process. You already, I believe most of you already opened PayPal. Using different PayPal is crucial, like I said before. Again, you will need new financial info, credit card, bank account. There are some alternatives online to buy all kind of virtual credit cards, virtual bank accounts. I wouldn't recommend it. I didn't have myself, and a lot of my friends and colleagues didn't have a much good experience with those. It's better to do it all legit. Go to your bank or some other bank which you are not client with. Open a new bank account. Get a new debit or credit card. It's easy. It really is. You don't have. It doesn't take a lot of time. Everybody can do it, and everything will be okay. By the way, although it's not recommended to use your own name on more than one PayPal account, like on eBay, but if you will use different bank, it can be okay. If you can use your spouse, your uncle, your neighbor name, it's better for you. I would go with that one, with using someone who's agree to this arrangement. You can actually do it as a business. If you're doing it not with a spouse or a relative, and if you can do some kind of an arrangement between you that you will use his or her name, and he or she will get 5-10% of the action. Just an idea. It's not something that I'm recommending or something. One thing you shouldn't do ever is don't be tempted to send from one PayPal account to another money. It's very tempting, especially when the volumes are high. It's holiday season. You need to buy gift cards on the other account, and in one account you have like a really nice balance on and in the second one you don't have anything at all, or it's very tempting at some points. I would just avoid it. I won't do it. Don't do it, no matter what. Because there's another issue I had. Again, everything I'm telling you about is from my own experience. Everything is stuff that actually happened to me. So there's what eBay calls shield bidding. It's basically more for people who are selling with the auction method and not buy it now, as most dropshippers use. But eBay security systems are designed to detect heavily or frequently money transfers from one eBay seller PayPal account into another, and they consider it as shield bidding. And they can just suspend your account just for that, or have the two accounts linked. So whatever you do, don't transfer money from one eBay to from one PayPal of yours into another, especially if we are talking about unlinked accounts. New address, it's easy. Again, it's best if it will be a real address, something that you will be able to show, to receive letter if eBay will decide they don't do it anymore as much as they used to be doing it. But an address that you actually can prove. You can show a credit card bill, or you can show you can actually show that this is a real address that you can prove to eBay if you will ask to, or to PayPal. Again, spouse, neighbor, it's a good idea. Neighbor is really good idea, because if you are living on some, it's okay for you and your neighbor to have totally separate accounts. So if you are living on Mark Street number 20 and your neighbor is on 21, it will be okay if you will use the 21 address, especially if it's not someone you are in dispute with or something like that, God forbid, and you can use the same address with a different number, and then if you will get something or you will have to prove something, you will be able to ask your neighbor for his or her address. Again, the spelling distortion method can apply here also on this new address case. IP, at least at first, after a while it won't be so much of an issue, because again, it's something that eBay used to be really strict about, and when this all e-commerce and dropshipping and online business just grew on those last, I think, 6-7 years, they become more loose with it, because if there are like designers who design store and listing templates for huge number of eBay sellers, and obviously they won't just change IP every time they're installing some new template on their client's account. So it's not so big of an issue to use different IP, but at the beginning of the usage with the new account, whether it's a bot account or it's something that you are growing yourself, it's better to use different IP, different steady IP. You can changing IP is easy. You can just click the off button on your router, and then wait 15 seconds and put it on again, and you will get a new IP address. But it's not steady, because what eBay will see, it's just someone who's logging in his account every time from a different address. It can flag your account again in the beginning. After that, it's not so. It's always better to use different IPs, but on a later period you can stop that. A good way to get steady IP is using a VPN. VPN is I use a lot a Chrome extension that calls ZenMate, ZenMate. It's free. It's a free tool. It's a free extension. They have a free extension, and then there's a premium, which costs about $11 or $12 a month. And you can just pick more countries to have IP from. The free version, I think they have 6 or 7 countries IPs. And on the premium version, they have like 15, 20. Also, there are VPSs, which is remote computer or cloud computer. It's a virtual computer, and it costs a little more, but it's considered like the best solution, because then you are actually using another computer, like a remote computer. Like think about it. As you are, it's not think about it. It's you are using a different computer, but it can be. I think I never used it, so if I remember correctly, it's something like $100 per month. Worth checking if you are really want to be extra safe. Again, I think the VPNs are giving great service, and for like really nothing. Like I said, router is the most, it's the easiest way to change your IPs instantly. You just put it off, wait 15 seconds, put it on, you get new IP address. It's good for the first times you are approaching a new account, and you just don't want to mess up with your regular IP. So like an emergency act, remember, you can change your IP by clicking on off and on button. And again, the take into consideration that the IP is something that should be steady for the day-to-day job. You can't just change your IP all the time, because it will raise eBay's suspicion, and they can ask you to call them, or will start, they will shoot you with the secret questions and stuff like that. Nothing really serious, but when you have a lot of work to do, you don't want to get involved with the answering some security questions, secret questions. When you are starting new account, let's talk about this a little. It's always better to start slowly. If you are lucky enough to get unlimited account, and it's very tempting, to go on and start be all over the place and start listing thousands of listings. Don't do it. Do it very moderately, very slowly. Start with a few tens of listings, go to hundreds, and be very, very, very slowly. Keep in mind, like you are, imagine yourself that you are a new user. It's not usual that a new user or eBay seller that used to sell for a few hundred per month, all of the sudden will start making thousands of dollars, or just start, some guy who used to sell some second hand stuff from his home, and all of the sudden is starting to list brand new computers and gadgets. So keep in mind that you have to act like a regular eBay user. So even if your selling allowance, even if your selling limits are really high, don't be tempted to list a lot in the beginning. Start really, really, really slowly. Always good to have actual items. If you are doing 100% drop shipping, it's better if you will have, even go to a dollar store or something like that and have some merchandise that is real, and you will have to actually send it to someone with some postal service. It's good because now eBay, I don't know how to call it, but like they did to the Israeli sellers on July 4th, the main reason was that they grew too fast, and they are not sure they are complying with the drop shipping method. So it's always good to have at least one item, a cheap item, like made in China toy or something like that. Only something that you can prove, that you can supply invoices for, and you can say, hey, I'm not doing only drop shipping, I'm also selling this cheap stuff from my home, and I can prove it with the invoice from those $1 store and stuff like that. Act like a new account, like you did with your own account. Remember to leave feedbacks to your buyers, and ask for feedbacks. It's good to grow the account. It's good to have the account act normally. Like every seller will inspired to have as many feedbacks as he can, and the more positive they are, the better. So remember to leave feedbacks and ask for feedbacks. I think there are tons of apps today that can do it for you on the eBay App Store, and also on Selling Manager Pro. You can automate the feedbacks that you are leaving to buyers. If there is a function there on automation, you can set it up to do it for you. Another thing to do, a lot of eBay accounts, I think by default they will send you all those messages. You have listed an item, your item ended, someone is watching your item. Go to site preferences on eBay and just disable them. Don't have eBay send you anything but really crucial and important stuff that they will send it to you no matter your settings are. But go to site preferences and just disable all those notifications. You have listed an item, your item ended, your item, all those messages, you don't need them. Just and they can be potentially carrying those flash cookies. Just enable them, disable them. I'm sorry. What else? Of course, you will have one thing you will have to have is a phone number. You will have to have a phone number if you are if you bought an account. You will most likely at one point or another you will need to contact eBay customer support. If you bought, for example, an UK eBay account, it's better to have a UK phone number. You can purchase numbers from all over the world on Skype. Skype offers it. I think they're charging like $18 per quarter. Meaning for every 3 months, it's nothing. It's $18. What is it? It's like $70 per year. It's not an issue, and you will have to have it. Again, Skype is one way. I know there are tons of services that they are selling virtual phone numbers from all around the world. Even you can even pick your own number. Have a really cool number like 888 something. If you are listing, if your original account is really an aged one and something which you are maintaining for a lot of years now, eBay will be more forgiving if you're for listing errors. Today they will send you those your item need revising, your listing need the revising. They won't take it down immediately. But if you are starting a new account, or if you bought it and you decided you want to buy an account, they won't be as forgiving as they are to you with your really aged account. They can be really strict, especially if the account is new. If you just opened it and you will list problematic items like subscription drugs, like supplements, like weapons, like you name it. So be really extra careful and make sure what you are listing. I know we all, most of us are using automatic listers, which have all kind of blacklists and Vero item. They don't list those Vero bands, but when you are using a new account, a different account than yours, be extra careful. I would go at least in the beginning to those really safe brands that you can be sure 100% that you are not breaking any policy and you are not doing anything wrong. Again, have at least one listing of an actual item, a physical item, which you can show invoices for, which you can actually, if you will have a sale, you can actually ship it. The photos you took are yours, your own item. It's better, and I hope you won't be asked to, but if you will always be able to supply invoices. Here, hey eBay, this is this cheap toy that I'm buying and I'm trying to sell to people from all around the world. Here, I'm not only a dropshipper, I'm not only dropship items from Amazon and other online retailers. The day-to-day job. Now you will have the extra fun of if you thought you have a lot on on your plate with one account. So imagine how is it to have 2 or 3 or 4 or 11 accounts. So it will be harder, especially when you need to keep in mind all those rules to keep the accounts unlinked if you chose to go that way. Again, it's better to be treated as two separate business, not to count on okay, I don't have money to buy GCs on this PayPal account, so I will just go and transfer from the other PayPal account. And no, don't do it. We already talked about it. It's something that will put you in risk. So just plan ahead, like you have two totally businesses. Don't count on the other account to help you out. If just don't. Really plan ahead like you did on your one account. Now do it with two, and look at it as two different businesses. Completely two different businesses. On this point, it's also better to have one person who is dedicated to each store, to each eBay account, because not to be confused. You have one issue on one account and one case on another, and you can easily be confused, and you can. From my experience, don't try to do it all yourself. I would, if you have the ability and you have the knowledge and you know how to make money in this business, so you probably get help. Get someone to help you with the other store. It will be better. It will be better for business. It will be better with everything. Like you knew your first accounts, A to Z. It's harder to do it with two accounts. Each account has his own issues, his own stuff, administrative stuff to take care of, negative feedbacks, returns. Better have someone to be your co-pilot and will be in charge on one account more than you, and you will get the other. Pretty good way to do it is hiring VAs. I talked about it a lot in my books. In order to grow, you'll have to have help. You'll need help. You'll need, you have a brick and mortar store. You will have to have help. You can't do money all by yourself. Obviously, if you are doing a lot of, if you have high volumes, it will force you to do more stuff, more orders, more customer support, more cases, more returns, more feedbacks. Don't be tempted to do it all by yourself. You will just you will just get tired. You won't make any money. Try to hire someone to do it with you, to help you out. Very, very, very recommended tip I would like to give you. Have everything, gift card usage, stuff that you need to take care of, like feedbacks, negative feedbacks, return, orders, everything. Just have a Google Doc or Excel sheet or something like that, and just have everything on record. It will make your business much more organized. You will be able to address problems if they will pop up much more much easier than if you just will have to go through all eBay sold items section and look for a specific order. better, specifically if you have more than one account, you will lose control on some point. So have everything recorded and everything very organized, and this is one of the keys to success, to have everything reachable and organized and approachable. Another thing I think you should do is use as much automation as you can. I know that a lot of people in this business are still using the Excel sheet method to have a track with prices and quantities, and not using any automation to save money. It's really nice with one account, one small account, up to 100, 200, 500 items listed. But when you have two accounts and lots of items and high sales volumes, I don't see anyone really making money using an Excel sheet with thousands of items. So automations, I know there are my tools. Obviously, I would recommend them, but there are a lot of great tools today, and using them is just leveraging your business. It's just making you approach your business more professionally. Don't try to do everything by yourself. It will wear you out. You will find yourself tired and not making any money. So if you see you are growing, you got this business, you know what to do, how to make money. Use automation and assistance to make your life easier and more money. Focusing on different markets. This is another great method to make money with eBay. Everybody, I believe most of you are familiar with the eBay.com, which is the biggest arena, the biggest market of eBay. Some of you I know that are focusing on eBay UK. But there are a lot of more markets. There's eBay France and Amazon France and Spain and in Germany, and a lot of markets that people are obviously going to eBay.com because it's the most familiar, the most famous one. But there are another markets, and there's a really great reason to have another eBay account if you want to focus on another market. I know I have a colleague of mine who is he's selling only men's wristwatches on eBay Germany, and is making really tons of money. He just experimented a lot and found out that this is his niche and this is his market, and he really enjoyed it, and also making nice money. Like I said, focusing on specific niches is really a great reason to have another eBay account. Actually, this is what it's for. This is why eBay do allow it. To focus on different niches. It's you want to have look and feel of your store, so it's legitimate that a store that sells women's clothing won't be selling also auto parts. So this is another reason to have another account. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it's good for different sourcing strategies. For example, if you have one account, you can do one account which will be a seasonal account that will only sell items by the season, if it's back to school, if it's Valentine's, if it's Christmas time. and one account for ordinary stuff and day-to-day stuff like most of us have. You can have different pricing rules on different accounts. You can price one account like really low margins, and if you can get cashbacks for your purchasing, so you can make your money out of it. And if you are selling in another account, and you can raise the margins and play with it a little and experiment with it a little, you will find out that prices are not always everything, and you can have one account that the item sells for crazy 15, 20, 25% margin, and you all of a sudden discover that your account that you used to sell for 2-3% per item, and you are getting more sales on the higher margin account. This is the beauty of having more than one account. So experimenting is one of those great reasons to have more than one account. I want to wish you all to make a lot of money. We are approaching Q4 that I know a lot of us are looking forward. Remember, do everything legit. If you see it as a long-term business, if you see it as something to grow and you can't do anything which is not legitimate. If you won't be doing the legitimate stuff, you will be stopped. You will get stopped by eBay, by PayPal, really quickly. This is not the case. This is not the what we are all into. We want to make our living, and we want to grow, and we want to make money, but also grow our business, our legitimate business. So take everything into consideration. Everything I just explained is written really from my own experience. So use it, and good luck.